meeting between Mr. Reagan and the Soviet leader, Mr. Gorbachev, takes place. The future of Nemo, the homeless killer whale, has been decided. He's to go to a marine park in Hong Kong. Nemo was moved from Clacton to Windsor when he grew too big for his pool. He's still growing, and now he's to be flown to an even bigger pool in Hong Kong. Nemo came to Windsor because it was the only place in Britain where he could be cared for. But according to new government rules, even the pool at Windsor is too small. The Hong Kong pool is bigger, but still doesn't satisfy British laws. The government says it's the best that can be done for Nemo because officially no pool in the world is big enough for him. The conservation group Greenpeace have always wanted Nemo to be set free, but experts at Windsor say that will be sentencing him to death. Princess Anne has been visiting gypsies and other groups of travellers in Buckinghamshire this morning to talk to them about their way of life and the problems they often face. Roger Finn now reports.
Princess Anne was visiting as president of the Save the Children Fund. The fund is working with the travellers to get improvements on their campsites and better health care. Princess Anne was also shown the play bus the fund has provided. It visits once a week and helps the younger gypsy children prepare for school. Not all travellers are gypsies, but they all share many of the same problems. Often they're not welcome, and some councils don't provide them with proper stopping sites, even though they're meant to.
The gypsy way of life these days is very different from the one you read about in storybooks. The gypsies who live here don't travel about anymore, and the main problem now is to try and get the same sort of facilities that people in ordinary houses take for granted.
Water has to be collected from taps, and there are no proper drains. The gypsies say there's not enough room for each caravan, and on many sites the rubbish isn't collected very often. But with help from the Save the Children Fund, the gypsies have persuaded the council to make improvements to this site. Susie Smith and Roma Davis have now stopped travelling, but they say the gypsy life must carry on.
Do you want your children to live this way when they grow up?
Yeah, I don't mind, you know, but not in these conditions. Once the conditions are better, I think we'll be classed the same as people in houses.
We're just normal people. Just living a different way of life. That's all it boils down to, really. Just different ways of life.
And finally tonight, a tortoise has been making a bit of history in northern France. Wildlife experts think it may be the first time that a Greek type of tortoise like this has been born such a long way from the warm Mediterranean countryside where it lives in the wild. When this one was born in captivity 10 days ago, it was smaller than a matchbox. In the wild, the Greek tortoise is now an endangered species, and this latest arrival has given new hope that these creatures can be saved from extinction. And that's all today. See you again round about the same time tomorrow night. Until then, bye-bye.
Oh, little baby tortoise, I want one. Blue Peter's packed to capacity today, live from Studio 4, and don't forget that there are Blue Peter subtitles on CFAX page 888.
Bye. All right, Nigel! And how often does he trot on your foot? That'll do, yeah, it'll do nicely. Coming out the other end.
And that was our new countryside correspondent flexing his muscles there, helping to get the harvest in. A bit later on, you can see him at the wheel, the world's greatest and largest combine harvester.
Goldie was with him too, of course, and you can see their report in a moment. First, though, meet the man who's been 4 times world judo heavyweight champion and remained unbeaten in 203 successive fights. He's Yasuhiro Yamashita, and when he was a baby, his grandfather used to toughen him up